guys, today we're going to be talking about factor trees, drawing factor trees. So this is when we do factorizations, these are prime factorizations where we want to try to get to prime numbers, all prime numbers at the end for when we write out the factorization. So we're going to start with 24. So first I'm going to pick any factors for 24. It doesn't matter what you start with. I'm going to do 4 times 6. Now I still don't have prime numbers, so I want to keep going, and I can still factor further. So I'm going to take my 4, and I'm going to break it into 2 times 2. And 2 is a prime number, so when I get to prime numbers, I'm going to circle them. So I know I'm done with that branch. And now I have to keep going on my other side. So I'm going to factor 6 into 2 and 3. And 2 and 3 are both prime numbers, so I'm going to circle those. And now I am done with my factor tree. So I can write out my factorization. I'm just going to write it up at the top. You could do it depending on how your teacher wants you to do it. You can write it out as 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, all the numbers we have at the bottom, or if your teacher is having you write it as exponents, you can write, we have 3 2's, so you could write it as 2 to the 3rd power times 3, and that would be your prime factorization for 24. So let's go over to 18. So this time I think I'm going to do 3 and 6. Now 3 is already prime, so I can circle that one and stop that branch. And then I'm going to keep going with my 6 and factor that into 2 and 3. And then those are both prime, so I'm done with those. And I'm done with my whole tree. So now I'm going to take my 3 numbers, and we like to write them out in order of the numbers. So 2 times 3 times 3, all my 3 numbers. And then if I wanted to write it with exponents, I could do 2 times 3 squared. And that would be my prime factorization for 18. And now going on to a couple slightly bigger numbers. 88, the only things that come to mind are, for me personally, is 8 times 11. So I'm going to do 8 and 11. You could choose if you wanted to do 2 and 44 and go down that way, you could do that instead. And then I know 11 is prime, so I'm going to circle that, and I can stop with that branch. And then I'm going to continue my branch on the left. So I'm going to factor 8 into 2 and 4. And my 2 is prime, so I can stop that branch. And then I'm going to keep going with my 4 and break it into 2 and 2. And then both of those are prime, so I am now done. So then I just take all of these numbers, 2 times 2 times 2 times 11, or I could do my exponents, 2 to the 3rd power times 11 would be my prime factorization. And now our last one, 54, I'm going to choose 6 and 9, and I still need to keep going because neither of these are prime, so I'm going to break 6 into 2 and 3, and I know those are both prime, so I'm going to circle them. And then I'm going to break 9 into 3 and 3, and those are prime, so I'm going to circle those, and I'm done. So I'm going to write out 2 times 3 times 3 times 3, or 2 times 3 cubed. And that's it.